going to the site. So I went to Fairfax County site and I looked up the property that I'm interested in. I'm interested in this property. It's 3333 Prosperity. It's right by the park. Much of it is not buildable, so it's floodplain. So it may be ideal for perhaps that artist project that we're actually using in the design class. And it has a great deal of slope, which actually makes it quite exciting for design. So let's just learn how to import the site and scale it. So I copied this through cut and paste, saved it, and I'm ready to just insert it into the project. So insert, architecture, insert, image. I inserted, I'm going to insert a contour project, but also the property outline. So I'm going to start with this. And it gives me this outline. I'm going to zoom forward and I'm going to scale it. Here's the process to scale. Pick the project. Go where it says scale, zoom very close from this junction all the way to here. Let's zoom very close to there. It's supposed to be 300. Go to the right a little bit, type in 300, hit enter. It will increase it for you. Come back and double check the measurement. If you need to, go through this process several times to do it. So I'm going to just go ahead and measure this distance. It seems like it is just 300. I am happy. I can't get it a whole lot more accurate, so I'm very, very happy. Now, I recognize that my elevation markings are way out here because they're for these very small projects. So temporarily, I can just hide the image, hide element, so I can just move my elevation marking in whole. Bring it back. Here it is. I'm going to zoom right in and begin to draw the silhouette. Okay, after you downloaded it, just go ahead and draw the rest of it. I'm just going to show you what I drew. Hide the element. So I drew the basic outline. I'm going to go back and draw a few more lines. Okay, so I just created a series of detail line and I made it in property, and I'll show you exactly how to draw property lines in a second. So I drew a series of property lines here. I'm going to show you how to show chamfer. Alright, so first of all, I'm going to go back and just hide this for a second so I can just focus on the drawings, hide the elements. Alright, as you zoom close, you'll notice that I actually created a property line. How do I create property line? You basically go to Manage, and you go to Additional Setting, you go to Line Style, and you check mark this, see if it has any of the lines that you actually like, and you can import them. If it doesn't, you can create it. So I created property lines. So now I'm going to create existing contour lines, existing contour lines. And I like it to be line regular. And then I like the contour lines to be dark green, maybe super dark green, and I say okay. I like them to be dashed lines, so I just choose dashed lines, just regular dashed lines, relatively large, and I say okay. So now that I've done that, when I go to annotate, I go to detail line, I have choice of the existing contour line and so on. All right. So the same way I created the property line. So now I'm going to actually fillet this part. And the way to fillet it is you go to Annotate, Detail. And when you click on Detail, so instead of going Architecture, you go Annotate, Detail Line. And as part of your drawing choice, for a detail line, you will have this one, fillet. So you pick this one and that one, you want to fillet, and immediately it does it for you. So don't fuss about it. So let's say I wanted 35. I can later on go back and change it to 35. And I say, do I really like it? You can always go back and change it. So I'm going to go back here and actually do this one and do that one as well. And then come back and change it. How do I change it? You pick that line and it'll give you the arc, and then you change it to 35 feet if you want. Oh, it's not what I want. So I actually would like it to be a little bit wider with this one. So I'm going to go 50 feet, and maybe that's what I like. And this one, I like to go 35 again, and that's where I go. So I get my image back to see if that's close to what I have. It is. All of them are pretty close except this one. So I actually get that one, and instead of being 50, I like it to go 45, and I hit enter. It just needs to be a little bit smaller than that, so I'm going to go 40, and that looks pretty good. And you can toy with it and actually finish it off that way. So we learned how to import, draw the lines over it, reduce the scale, and also fillet.